To me, this is where it stops. And that's good enough. Spoiler? The fucking name of the movie is Lelouch of the Revival. What do you want from me? I didn't spoil shit, only that he gets revived. Which implies that he dies. But maybe he doesn't. Like, what am I supposed to do when the goddamn movie is called Lelouch of the Revival? God damn it. Jesus Christ. Or Resurrection, that's what it was. Like, what am I supposed to do? It's spoiled in the title. Mob Psycho 100. That's an S. My anime list really does have good taste in their top 100. Like, these are actual fucking bangers. Mob Psycho, start to finish, fucking beautiful. It was right up there with One Punch Man Season 1, but if it didn't have all the drawbacks of Season 2 of One Punch Man. I don't think Mob Psycho is better than One Punch Man, like, in general. Just Season 2 of One Punch was so fucking horrible. But Mob Psycho is fantastic. Still haven't seen Cowboy Bebop. Monster. I have a hot take for this. I didn't think this lived up to the hype at all. To me, this was like a C or a B. I watched this right after rewatching Code Geass, looking for something to really get deep into, and everyone's like, oh, Monster. It's the most thought-provoking anime of all time. It's like if Socrates made a thinking man's anime. So I went into it with really high expectations that just were not met. Every episode played out exactly the fucking same. Every episode just a tired chore to get through because you had just watched the exact same thing happen before. Was not a big fan. I'm just going to give it a, what is this, a C tier? Yeah, C tier. The ending, unsatisfying. The journey to get there, unsatisfying. I was exhausted by the end of it. Was not a huge fan. Had a great start. I was hooked in the beginning. I won't spoil anything in case anyone wants to watch it, but was really hooked in the beginning. Absolutely fucking abused by the end. Worn out. Didn't want to finish it, but I did. That was just Spirited Away. Spirited Away, classic. I watched it for the first time 4 years ago. Holds up well. Great movie. Not perfect. No real complaints, though. Yeah, I'll watch Cowboy Bebop at some point. Hey, the Demon Slayer movie. Not out yet, but I'm excited. Haven't seen this. Vinland Saga. Very good. Vinland Saga was great. And it has the best intro song of any anime I've seen. Survive Said the Prophet. Oh, it's such a banger. I didn't like the second song for their second intro. I didn't like it nearly as much, but that first one, oh man. Such a good song. And even just outside of the music, the show is extremely good. Do yourself a favor and watch this one if you haven't yet. Even if you don't like anime, you'll like this one. This is one of those kind of shows. It's not like a turbo anime where it's all about friendship and big titties. This is just like a fucking man out for revenge, Vikings slashing throats and shit. It's great. Ooh, Gurren Lagann. Yes, sir. The most fun anime ever. From living in holes underground to throwing galaxies at each other. You just can't beat that. Gurren Lagann is just such a feel-good... Well, there's definitely a lot of sad shit in there to feel shitty. But it's such like a genuinely enjoyable thing to watch. Just put a big fucking smile on your face and a wet spot in your trousers. Like, you get these big mechs powering up. And with the power of human spiral, we can do anything! And then they'll just toss an entire fucking solar system. It's so cool. Oh, ooh! Promised Neverland. To date, the only anime I was so offended by I made an entire video to complain about it. Season 1, that's an S tier. Season 2 ruins everything and brings the entire thing down to, I'm going with a 5. This would be a D tier to me. Because you can't watch Season 1 without at least being curious about Season 2, and it ruins everything. Because the entire show is completely fucked by Season 2. And I know this is only Season 1, but like I said, for my list, what I'm doing is whenever this is here, it's the whole show I'm covering. So this is just for me. So that way Stream knows. I don't want to go season by season. I don't want to do that. It's tedious. So I'm covering the entirety of the show. God, it's fucking horrible. What a shame. This is the biggest crime in anime, what happened to this show. Oh my god. ReZero. Easy S tier. All fucking day. ReZero is just so fucking good. It's hard to even talk about it because I don't want to spoil even a single thing. This show, it's not just waifus. There's a lot to it. ReZero is just really good. Just that's all I can really say about it. Death Note, huge fan. I'm gonna have to put that at A tier. First half, great. The first half, honestly, almost perfect. Second half, significantly worse. Not bad by any means because it's still really good, but the second half is such a step down from the first half. I think it has a good ending though. I like where it ultimately concludes, but it is a really big step down on its journey to that conclusion. This show is old enough where I don't mind talking about it. I'm sure most of you have already seen it. But the second L dies, the whole show takes a nosedive. I feel like at that point the creator was like, shit, I don't really know how to top what I did with L. I didn't say second half was bad. I said it was a big step down. Nier and what was it? Nier and Bobby? What the fuck was this? I can't even remember his name now. Nier and the blonde guy? What was it? Miller Light or something? Definitely not Miller Light. What the fuck was his name? Mello. Thank you. Nier and Mello, they couldn't get to what L was able to do. I didn't enjoy them nearly as much. But I do like where the show ends up. The conclusion was great. It's just not nearly as good on its way there. Demon Slayer. That's an S tier. That's a beautiful shonen. I don't think it tries to do anything wholly unique. It doesn't try to like venture out of shonen tropes. It's super happy and content to just embrace every shonen trope imaginable. Does it shamelessly, does it really well. The only thing that I really dislike about this show is I don't like how every character has one personality trait and they beat it to death. Like the Thunder guy, all he does is fucking cry and moan, and that is all he does ad nauseum per episode. And when they introduce those like super demon slayers that I'm forgetting their names of, they also have one trait, like one of them's always distracted, so he's always looking off and saying he's distracted. It's really fucking annoying. You know what? I'm dropping that to an A. I really can't stand that, to be honest. It is so... they just beat the fuck out of it. Oof. You guys already know my opinion on JoJo's. I'm a huge fan of part 1 and 2. Haven't seen part 5. Didn't like part 3 and 4 very much. I'm gonna drop that right at like a C tier, I think. I really like parts 1 and 2. Again, not a huge fan of 3 and 4, I know. And every time I say that, it's blasphemous. Chairs are flipped, feelings are hurt, dicks are rubbed raw, I know. But it's how I feel, man. I did not like parts 3 and 4 that much. Huge fan of Joseph. Loved seeing him in part 3 and his brief appearance in part 4. But it's really like the best parts of those two. Just Joseph again. I like how part 3 ends though. The last fight with Dio I thought was great. I also like Kakyoin. I thought he was a cool character. But overall I was not a fan of either part. Jujutsu Kaisen. I think it is shonen perfection. That's an S tier. I think it is the best shonen can be. I just made a moist meter, just absolutely going wild about this show. I think it deserves it. I think this is the best shonen can be. It is pure, over-the-top, goofy action. The narrative isn't the best thing in the world, but it's good enough. It allows you to have a lot of really cool fights. I just fucking love it. The animation is top-notch. If the show wasn't animated as beautifully as it is, the show really wouldn't work very well. It'd be kind of boring, but because the animation is so gung-ho, just full nuts to butts, the show is just fucking incredible. So I think this is just the product of an incredible animation team that put a lot of passion into it. Don't know how the manga is, doesn't really matter. Hey, Fate Zero. That is the best of all the Fates that I've seen. I've seen Unlimited Blade Works, Fate Apocrypha, something else. It's the most confusing storylines ever. The most, like, convoluted, overarching plot of all time. Which is weird because it started from porn. So I don't know why it got so convoluted, but it makes no fucking sense. Fate Zero is the one that's almost coherent. And I really like Fate Zero. I'm going to give that, like, a B tier. I think it's super good, but it's not incredible. But it is the best of the Fates, I think. There are some really, really good moments in Fate Zero. I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. This is going to be a shock. Haven't seen it. Could be amazing, though. One Punch Man, is that where we're at? Yeah. This one hurts me a lot. One Punch Man, absolute masterpiece. Season 1. Season 2, pretty dog shitty. We're gonna throw it at a C. Balance it out. Real fucking shame. Oof. Real shame. So good in Season 1. If I remember correctly, almost everyone that worked on Season 1 was a freelancer. Man called up the goddamn Avengers squad to make an absolute banger of a season. Well, of course Season 2 had potential because the characters and the story is so good and the action is so great, but the animation really did it a huge disservice. The only reason Season 2 is even watchable is just because of how good the actual source material is that they take from. Slant, One Piece, haven't seen. I haven't gotten deep enough into One Piece to give any kind of educated opinion on it. I tried multiple times. I've seen collectively maybe 15 total episodes. I don't know. I just can't get into it. I really fucking can't. I haven't heard of any of these. We're on a cold streak here. What the fuck are these? I haven't watched Berserk. Unless you want me to tier list Berserk 2016. I did watch a decent bit of that. That was an absolute piece of dog shit, huh? Man, what the fuck? Everyone who rated this highly must not have seen Season 4. I just talked about it. Season 4 is literally Yusuke doing the exact same thing as Season 2, except he gets knocked out in round 2, and the rest of this, he wakes up the next episode and they just say who won. It's the worst ending to anything I've ever seen in my life. It's insulting. It is horrible. Seasons 1 through 3 are great. Season 2 is one of the best in old anime, I'd say, the Dark Tournament. But Season 4 is truly horrible. The fucking creator apologized for how bad it was. He said he just didn't want to finish it. So he just ended it. It's horrible. It is an absolute abomination. I'm gonna give it a C tier for that. Ooh, Hellsing Ultimate. This is an S. I don't know if that's controversial or not. I've actually never really heard too many people talk about Hellsing Ultimate, but these movies, so good. So good. When I first met Kaya, he was a weeb a little bit, and he recommended this to me on a whim, and I was blown away. I'd never seen animation to this level. It was so crazy. So fucking good. It's really goofy. Like, there's a lot of really goofy elements to it. Like, by no means is this perfect or flawless, but it is so fucking cool. Weathering with You, from the creator of Your Name. I didn't make a moist meter for this, because I didn't really have a whole lot to say. It's okay. It's really not incredible. It's not great, but it's okay. It's a big step down. It doesn't have a whole lot of emotional weight. It's a movie where once something goes wrong, it's solved in actually 5 minutes. Like, there was one problem, and when that presented itself in the film, the main character pretty much solved it in a matter of 5 minutes. I loved Your Name, and I was expecting big things here, and I did not get them. B tier, baby. Hey, Parasite the Maxim. This was pretty good. I enjoyed this one. You know what I actually would like to do, just to make things a little more consistent? This, I'm going to put it a 7. Because, like I said, it's okay. It's not great or anything. I think B tier is a little high. Parasite, I would put it a B tier. Parasite has some really nice ups, but then a lot of really uninteresting moments too. There was a lot of times I found myself just falling asleep watching this show. And then other times where I was on the edge of my seat ready to come. Started Psycho-Pass, didn't finish. Don't remember why. I was in college at the time, so I guess I just got distracted. Of course, chasing girls, getting big in the gym, making friends, being just a fucking ultra Chad on campus, so I must have just got distracted. Slaying pussy, like all anime fans. Wonder Egg Priority, I'm all caught up on. I'll wait till it ends. I'm liking it. Dr. Stone, I'm a fan. Season 2 of Dr. Stone, I'll give you a little early moist meter analysis. It's a big step down. Season 2 of Dr. Stone, everything is so conveniently solved easily. Anytime something comes up where there's like, oh, there's a problem, it is solved in the next episode. Also, they're advancing their technology so quickly, it's alarming. One episode, they're struggling to, like, fucking pop a potato out of the ground. And the next episode, they have an actual fucking tank, complete with carbon fiber armor. And then an unlimited supply of, like, sulfuric acid. So I'm gonna, to me, that brings the whole thing down, considering season 1 was all about very gradual steps. They spent like 3 episodes making noodles to get that technology, and then here they're making cars, trains, like within the span of 1 episode. It's just, it's too much now. I'm gonna put it at like I'll give it a B tier. Unlimited Blade Works, really liked. Not as good as Fate Zero, but I did really like it. This is also famous for that line, people die when they're killed. Like, there's a lot of things to like about Unlimited Blade Works. Really beautiful looking anime. But aside from, like, the fights, I don't think there's a whole lot to enjoy. That's also a B tier for me. Man, where... So many of these are, like, 8. Where are, like, Future Diary and shit? I would have thought those would be super high up here, but maybe they're too old? I don't know. I remember people loved Future Diary. I also liked Future Diary. I would have expected it way up here. Fucking Redline is at an 8? This should have been in the top 50. Can't recommend a movie more than Redline. Redline, the best anime movie that's ever been made. Or the best, like, animated movie. It's up there with, like, Spider-Verse in terms of its unique beauty. Redline, absolutely incredible. Absolutely fucking incredible. Better than Akira? I actually still haven't seen Akira. But I'm just going to say, yeah, Akira is an actual pussy shit compared to Redline. I'll say it. Redline is the Akira killer. Makes it look like it was animated by 2-year-olds. Really liked My Hero. Season 4, I still haven't even finished. My Hero is a show with really good moments, but then extremely, extremely uninteresting entire arcs. Like, every time they have to do, like, a certification test, I couldn't give a fuck less. It's cool to watch the characters interact with one another, but when there's no stakes and no reason to care, it's just fucking hard to watch. It really is. It is the only anime recently that I was watching as it was airing week by week, and then just stopped catching up on. I stopped watching it. I got really bored. So yeah, I'm still in the middle of season 4. That's what I stopped at. The school festival, actually. You're right. Who was it? Mr. Bad Manners, Naughty Man? Like, he has that little girl sidekick and he likes manners or something. He's trying to make, like, viral videos. It was so fucking awful. Like, I couldn't care about it. I have to... to me, it brings it down. This show was, like, a high B. And season 4 and just constantly being blown up by uninteresting arcs, it just brings it down even more. Oh yeah, Gentle Criminal. That's what he was. That's what it was. You know what might help if I could zoom in on these? Yeah, there we go. That way I can see the art a little better. Might recognize some of these more, so I don't pass over them by accident. I haven't seen Inuyasha in years, so I can't really give an opinion. I only really watched the first season. You know, hey, Food Wars, first season. It was good. That's B tier for me. Didn't watch past it, but yeah. Season 1 of Food Wars, pretty fucking cool. He made dishes that made girls orgasm or something. What's not to like? Now we're getting to the territory where it's like a lot more niche, I feel. I still need to watch Dororo. Here, this is going to be for Digimon 1990s version, not modern Digimon. Digimon 1990s is impossible to watch. Or, yeah, there's a lot of nostalgia there, but it is so hard to go back and watch. I don't know how many of you have tried to watch Digimon recently, but my god. It's rose-tinted glasses for sure. Like, within the first episode, it sets the whole tone like, this is made by and for children. But god damn it if I don't think about it and get a little happy. Wow, Naruto's kind of low. But I guess with this many ratings on it, obviously it's going to kind of even out kind of low. Naruto is B. Naruto, I think, does what a lot of anime are afraid to do. It kills off beloved characters, or at least it used to, going up to the end. There's a lot to like about the ending, I thought, except for a couple of really strange decisions, like killing off a character for no fucking reason at the end. But there's so much filler. You cannot watch Naruto without a filler guide. You literally need a fucking Prima official strategy guide to avoid filler, because it is miserable if you accidentally watch a filler. It's so bad. It is so bad when the filler accidentally comes on. But when it's not filler, I think there's a lot to like. I like Naruto Shippuden more than actual base Naruto. I think Shippuden fixed a lot of base Naruto's problems, such as the constant believe it and then fucking pumping the fist. That got tiresome and grating. I thought it did a good job of solving that problem. So I'm gonna go with a nice B tier, I think. Dragon Ball Z. This is gonna hurt people, I already know, but this show, you cannot. It just doesn't work anymore. Watching Dragon Ball Z is so hard. It is so hard. This was the biggest and most influential show of my life growing up. But going back to watch it's so hard. It's 9 episodes of nothing, of literally screaming and powering up. That meme is accurate. I hear Dragon Ball Z Kai fix that, but if this is base Dragon Ball Z, it's not good. I'm giving it a C just because of how fondly I remember it, but objectively it is bad. It is actually bad. The best way I've watched Dragon Ball in the recent years is just by playing the Kakarot game. Kakarot is Dragon Ball Z with all of the absolute fucking garbage 9 episodes of nothing cut out. Ooh! Alright, let's see who's got some culture in here. Who's seen Angel Beats? This show this is S tier. I fucking love Angel Beats. I never hear anyone bring this show up, but this show I thought was great. I fucking love this show. I haven't seen it in, what, like 8 years now? But I watched this back in like 2012. I thought this show slapped. Maybe it hasn't held up well, but I remember really enjoying it. I'm gonna give that an S. Hopefully I don't go back and watch it and fucking hate it. I don't think I would. I remember I really liked it, and I still remember a lot about it. I watched this show off of a friend's recommendation who was really into like hentai and shit. So I went in thinking it was some obscure hentai. And that absolutely wasn't what I got. I did not know this show was popular. I've never heard anyone talk about this. I just assumed it was a really obscure anime. I don't want to spoil it, but where the fuck is Casher and Sins? The fact that Darker Than Black is somehow higher than half of the ones I have in my head right now is insulting. This show is miserable. This show had one good season, and even that was mediocre. What was it? Darker Than Black Season 2, where it's like plot hole on top of plot hole in an absolutely nonsensical story. This show is bad. With good moments, cool characters, but the story is honestly some of the worst. It is millions of plot holes on top of themselves. I'll give it C because I did like Season 1, but Season 2 it's terrible. And even Season 1 has more questions than answers for half of the shit that happens. What is that movie, or not movie, the show, High School, I think it's High School of the Dead. Okay, I was just trying to remember just in case I see it. I know there's High School DxD, which I haven't seen, and High School of the Dead's the one with just like a bunch of bouncing titties and zombies. Ooh! D. Greyman. I recently finished this. This was a show I started. I usually watch anime before going to bed. Sometimes I'll watch like more obscure ones or just random ones on Hulu. This is one of them that I watched recently. D. Greyman, really conflicted. I don't think by any means would you consider this like a great show. It has so many problems and there's so much about it that just gets kind of boring and a bit of a drag. But there is still a certain charm to it, and I do really like the universe and the story. And the characters in particular. But the newest season, what was it, like D. Greyman Go or whatever? I don't even know what the fuck it was called. It was really all over the place. Like, really fucking weird, pretty off-the-rails shit. I would really like to see it concluded. Don't know if I don't know if I'll ever get to, because I don't think they're going to finish it. But, as it stands, I think it's an alright, mediocre show. Tiana really liked it a lot, though. She fucking cried during it multiple times, even though I don't think at any point they ever did, like, an emotional episode that worked well. Man, the Garden of Sinners is all over this list. Damn. People really love the Garden of Sinners, whatever that shit is. Do we want to divide Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z? I think that's only fair. Dragon Ball is actually better than Dragon Ball Z. I know you're not ready for that conversation, but this actually has a lot better pacing, and it's It holds up pretty well. I watched a lot of it. Well, not a lot of it, but I watched a good chunk pretty recently. Not a whole lot to say about it. It's Dragon Ball Z, but a little goofier, like a little more lighthearted, and not nearly as much just powering up doing nothing for 9 episodes. How did people like Darker Than Black this much? It was a nonsensical dog shit. Fuck, that hurts. Ugh, I don't get it. We had one decent season. Hey, Overlord. I'm surprised that's that low. I thought people loved Overlord. This is about where I'd put it too, to be honest. Overlord's, it's good. It's fine. I think it's pretty good. I think a lot of times in the anime, what I really didn't like and what I noticed happening a lot is they'd keep panning the camera away from the action for some reason. I don't know if it's just me that got that impression, but I felt like during like a big moment for some reason they just veer away from the action to do something else or look at something else. That really got on my nerves a little bit, but overall the show's fine. I don't think it's incredible. I don't even think it's like great, but I do think it's good. And I think this sums it up. B tier. I think it's very good even at times. Man, where the fuck is like the classics? Where's Sailor Moon? I'm not gonna go by popular. I'm already too deep. Fuck yeah. Why is this 7.9? You got me fucked up. Drifters is so good. I don't know if I'd give it an S tier though. It definitely doesn't deserve an S tier. But this shit is so fucking good. Jesus Christ comes into this show. Like, how can you not like that? Jesus Christ comes in. They have all kinds of like historical figures just fighting each other. It's so fucking cool. I love Drifters. There needs to be a season 2 soon. It is. They teased it. They said it was coming, and it's been 5 years now. Where is my season 2? Literally Fate. I guess kinda. But it doesn't suffer from the same problem Fate has where nothing makes any sense at all. Hey, Ergo Proxy. Ergo Proxy's B tier. I don't have a whole lot to say about Ergo Proxy. I like it. It's never like the first thing that pops into my head when I think of banging anime. But it is cool. It's unique. It's different. I like it. Oh, here's Sailor Moon. I don't think I ever finished Sailor Moon, but it was a mediocre show. Oh, whoa. Fuck, Vampire Hunter D. I know I liked it, but I don't remember a lot from it. I remember more from the AMVs people made of Vampire Hunter D than the actual movie itself. You know, just going off the AMVs I remember, I'm just gonna give it a B. I know I liked it, but I'm having a hard time remembering what the fuck happens in it. I'll give it a B, fuck it. Animes were absolutely fucking great. Or the AMVs were great. Soul Eater. Hey, there it is. C. Easy. Very, very mediocre and one of the dumbest endings I've ever seen in anime, right next to Yu Yu Hakusho. Super fucking stupid. I enjoyed the show. It was fine. It's not like I was blown away by it even up till the ending. It was an alright show, and then the ending was somehow extremely horrible. You forgot how it ended? This show's old enough, I can spoil it. She shows down with the main big bad, and then he's like, how are you not afraid? What is stopping the fear and the agony? And she's like, it's my friends. So she charges. She's like, it's a fucking friendship punch, bitch! And then punches the friendship into him. And he dies from friendship overload. I watched this 2 years ago. Blood Blockade Battlefront. I think visually it's really cool. But this also suffers from the same problem a lot of anime has. At least, like, lower ranked ones. Where the plot is nonsensical dog shit. Like, this entire story is the wettest fart of all time in anime. Nothing in this show makes any sense whatsoever. At all. What do you mean that's the point? Then it's a stupid point to make. I can do that too. Watching this show is like watching someone in like a mental institution try and piece together like their own manga. Where nothing connects to one another. It's all like disjointed. Nothing flows. There's no actual reason for half the shit that happens. The show is literally a villain of the week show. But it doesn't work as that either. A villain of the week show still also has things that tie them together, which it doesn't. Nothing in this show works with one another at all. You know what? Let's suspend the main problem where nothing works as a story, and let's just look at some of the villains. What about that one villain? What was it? The main, like the gambling one, where the entire arc is he goes there about gambling, and then he like, what the fuck? He like doesn't gamble, disavows gambling, walks away, and then kills him in one punch or something like that. It's bad. It's so fucking bad. Even as villain of the week, it doesn't work. And also, his eye is pretty dumb. Like it doesn't. I don't think it's very powerful. What I like about Blood Blockade, the only thing to like is how it looks. The show looks very cool, but I think it's a very not good show. Ugh, you're hurting me with that. 8? At no point did the show get anywhere near an 8. It's not good. It makes no sense. Hey, 91 Days. 91 Days I really liked. I like the ambiguous ending. I know a lot of people were complaining about it, but I actually really like the ambiguous ending. I'm trying not to spoil this one. I'm just gonna go with like something. I'll go something safe. I'll say B. There were times where I was straight tuning out in a few episodes, but overall I really enjoyed it. Where's Seven Deadly Sins? Oh, here it is. I liked seasons 1 and 2 of Seven Deadly Sins. Liked them quite a bit. Really like Escanor. Escanor is super cool. Love that fucking guy. I started season 3, which I think has the Escanor fight that everyone hated. And I was already super turned off by what I saw in season 3 that I just stopped. I still need to finish it though. This is gonna be a D, I think. I saw the Escanor fight, I spoiled it for myself. It's bad. It's really fucking bad. That season was so horrible that season 4 is currently airing right now, and I haven't seen anyone even talk about it. This was like up there with Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen level of hype with seasons 1 and 2, and then season 3 came around, and it killed the show entirely. But I haven't seen season 3 fully. I stopped because I already didn't like what I was watching in season 3 and then spoiled some of the worst parts for myself. So I'm going to say I'm going to put it at a D on that. I haven't heard anything about season 4 except for a couple people in the chat that are saying it's okay. So I'm guessing it's not much better. Season 3 is a warm-up to season 4. Man, you can't have a fucking Meliodas versus Escanor fight as a warm-up. That should be where your whole fucking budget for the season goes. Any scene Escanor is in should be full fucking passion, budget, time investment. You can't do Escanor dirty like that. They had already hyped up every scene with Escanor in the previous 2 seasons. You can't just take a complete nosedive with him. Bleach. Just hold that right there. D for sure. Bleach, I recently rewatched. I watched it about a year and a half ago, start to finish. This show is fucking atrocious. It's 46% filler. And I made the mistake of watching it without the filler guide, so I ended up fucking suffering through the entire Bount arc. It's so bad. There is 2 good seasons of this show across its entire overstretched runtime. The first season and then Saving Rukia. Everything after that is fucking horrible. I like the Arrancar, like they're cool individually and the concept of them is cool. The Ulquiorra fight is cool. But everything that isn't that is awful. It's so fucking bad. Every single fight goes the same way. Whoever's fighting, whether it's one of the captains or Ichigo, they talk about their shit for 10 minutes and then they'll slash like the collarbone on their opponent, surprised face. I've unleashed my Bankai. No, you didn't, because I've unleashed my Bankai. Slices their collarbone. It's the same shit in every fucking fight in this show. It was so bad. I had to suffer through it though because I had already committed too deep. It is awful. I don't know why people are excited for a new season of Bleach, especially considering the manga ended on such a disgusting shit stain of a conclusion too. So if they're adapting the manga, you already know how bad it's going to be. I don't get it. I know a lot of people watched this growing up. I know I did. This was another anime I watched, the big three: One Piece, Naruto, Bleach. But I went back and rewatched it. It doesn't hold up well at all. Just those first 2 seasons are good. Once they save Rukia, they kill the show. When I was watching this before bed, sometimes I'd get so fucking mad that I couldn't sleep and be like, oh my god, I just wasted so much fucking time. This is such a waste of time. And I just sit there lying awake, stewing in anger over how fucking insulted I was that my time was wasted by like Bounce or New Captain 14 or something. But even if you skip all the filler, even the main episodes are still fucking bad. There is one cool character, one cool scene that I think exists outside of like the main ones like Ukiora and the Aizen fight at the end. And that's when Aizen and Gin finally confronts him and it's revealed that Gin always hated him and always wanted to kill him. That's the only goddamn cool moment in like the entire show after Rukia gets saved. And it doesn't last long because once Gin gets killed, they forget he ever existed. He dies and was erased from everyone's memory. Like the fucking Men in Black came with a neuralizer. Thanks for the spoiler. No, I did you a favor. You should not watch that show. Oh, so it ended like, what, it ended what, 10 years ago? It's probably fine. Hey, Tokyo Ghoul. I've never heard a single good thing about Tokyo Ghoul. I've only watched season 1, and I thought the ending to season 1 was absolutely atrocious, where they hype up a huge showdown and then they end it with just him walking in the snow towards a weapon. I couldn't imagine what they were thinking with that unsatisfying ending to season 1, but I stopped there. Apparently after that, it is trash. Complete and utter trash. I've never heard a good word uttered about Tokyo Ghoul post season 1 stuff. That's season 2? Is it? Oh, then maybe I watched seasons 1 and 2 then. Season 2 ends with the fight that's supposed to be what's his name? Kaneki? Kaneki's his name. Kaneki and like the golden slayer of bad people guy. Okay, then yeah, I watched seasons 1 and 2. Okay, you know, they called it something different, right? I can tell you exactly how much I watched because they started titling them differently. Wasn't it like Tokyo Ghoul Turbo Mode, Tokyo Ghoul Super XL or something? Like they had weird names for their seasons, I thought. Yeah. So I watched season 1, I watched Tokyo Ghoul A, whatever that is. I didn't watch Tokyo Ghoul Re, I don't think. I thought there was 4 seasons. Oh, there is. It's Re season 2. Okay. Yeah, so I didn't watch these 2 seasons. But just based on what I've seen, I'm going with a C. Claymore, hey! This show I thought was good. I don't know what it is with anime, but I'm noticing a trend now that I'm going through it all at once. A lot of these shows had horrible fucking endings. This was another one that had a really unsatisfying conclusion. I don't know what it is, but a lot of anime I'm noticing have really awful fucking conclusions. But I did enjoy this show quite a bit. It was dark, it was edgy, it was fun to watch. It wasn't great narratively. It was really goofy often. Rocky was pretty annoying almost every single time he was on screen. What would I give this? B's kind of generous. That might be a little too generous. If I could, I'd give it a 7.5, but I can't. I lean more on the C side than B, I think. The main thing Claymore had going for it was its art style. Final Fantasy Advent Children. Why is this so low? This was good. This was really fucking good. Advent Children was cool as shit. But then again, I'm also a huge Final Fantasy fan. I liked it. What do you mean that movie's dog shit? This movie was good. I liked it. I just love Final Fantasy, I think. I haven't seen it in a really long time, though. I have not seen this shit in ages. But I'm going off the rose-tinted glasses. I'll just give it a B. Hey, there's D. Grayman Hallow. That was not good. I cannot believe that's at a 7.7 here. Though I will say I really like the style of D. Grayman Hallow. Who animated that? TMS. No idea who that is, but it had a really cool style. I've recognized nothing for like the last 3 pages. These are all like OVAs and shit, which I never watch. Well, Really in the dry zone here. Here's one finally. Blood Plus. It's been a long time since I've seen this, but I do remember quite a bit about it, I'd say. I'd say I remember enough about it, and I know I liked it at the time. I can remember a decent bit. Blood Plus, I think that was a pretty average one. I never had any real complaints, but I was never glued to it. Tower of God. Wow, this is low. Why? I loved Tower of God. I thought this was great. It's bad? What the fuck do you mean? I liked it a lot. It's not like a shonen, but I mean, doesn't mean it's bad. I don't think it was overhyped. I thought this show was great. I really liked it. Obviously not perfect by any means, but I thought it was still very enjoyable. I'll give that an A. I didn't have really many complaints about that show at all. Get backers. What? Whatever is lost and stolen, they can definitely get it back. Alright, I might have to watch this. Get backers, huh? Wow, I'm surprised by how many people have seen this. It's a fucking horrible name. And I also like how on the nose it is. Get Backers, starring two guys who get shit back. Doesn't matter what it is, they'll find it and give you that shit right back. Is this Blue Exorcist? I don't remember this super well. I remember this show was really popular well, not even that long ago. But I don't remember it at all. And no one really talks about it. Did it not do very well? It's the 25th most popular show. Yeah, I see that, but no one ever really talks about this shit. And I don't remember it at all. 1 million equals no one. It's different though, like think of shows like Code Geass where people still on YouTube talk about it and on like Reddit and shit. I never see anything about Blue Exorcist. Code Geass ended in fucking 2008. Here, we'll use Sword Art Online Alicization. This is just gonna be my all-encompassing Sword Art review. Not good. Well, this isn't fair because I only watched. What did I watch from Sword Art? When they go to the fairy dimension, the fairy game, that's still part of the first series, right? Okay, so I watched the first series. Season 1. I think it's season 1 and season 2 or something. Before they go to the fairy world, I thought it was enjoyable. Not great, but still, it was fun. And then when they go to the place where they're all fairies and his sister wants to fuck him, and it becomes kind of a romance between him and his sister, Kirito and his sister, that's when I was like, yeah, this kind of sucks. That was like the whole show. They just flap around in that world to try and save Asuna from a literal bird cage, and his sister wanted to suck his meat. I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a D. I know this isn't that one. I know this is a completely different series, but it doesn't matter. Is this Interspecies Reviewers? Isn't this Nux's favorite show? Why is this shit so low, Nux? You trying to feed me bad anime? Ooh, Elfin Lied! Damn, this is a lot more popular than I thought it would be. I remember on YouTube, when AMVs were still king, there were so many AMVs of Elfin Lied when she's walking out with her titties out and blowing people up with her mind. The amount of times I heard like 3 Days Grace Animal over that scene is crazy. I don't think I ever watched the whole show, but just for those AMVs, those are like my first cartoon titties that I remember seeing on YouTube. Just for that, I'll give it a B. Afro Samurai, this shit is so good. Wait, why? Whoa. Did people not watch Afro Samurai? I thought Afro Samurai was super popular. Fucking Samuel Jackson was a voice in the English dubs. Afro Samurai is S tier. 100%. That's the movie? Oh. Whatever. All-encompassing Afro Samurai S tier. Should you watch it? Yeah, Afro Samurai, super, super good. You have an anime-wrapped car scene in? That's very bold. Jesus. Hope it looks good, man. Golgo 13. God, these fucking names, man. It's opening up a wild wave of nostalgia. Here we go, finally. Future Diary. I don't know why this is so low. I liked Future Diary. I don't know why that's a hot take all of a sudden. I thought it was cool. It's definitely not an S tier. I wouldn't even really give it an A, but I think I really think it deserves a B tier. I think it's really interesting. I think Yuno's a really cool character. Akame ga Kill. This one I also really like. Wow, these are close together in terms of popularity too. Akame ga Kill, I was a huge fan of. I don't know why this one also gets shit on recently, but I think it's great. Looks good. There's a lot of really, really sad moments. I think the ending's kind of bad. I don't think it's a very good ending, as seems to be commonplace with a lot of anime that we've gone over tonight. That's the only reason I'm not giving it an A, just because of the ending, but everything else I think it does well. It's short, but you still really bond with the characters, so when bad things happen, you're still really upset about it. Like, I don't see how it's bad. It does what a lot of other shows don't do. It doesn't get married to characters and give them plot armor. I don't really get it. Every other show, every fucking character has plot armor, even when they're not the MC. That's why people hate it. Yeah, I guess I can get that since everyone wants happy endings and everyone to be, shipped on Tumblr or whatever, but I like that the show really subverted that. Now, I think they went too hard. I think it's too much as like everything's bad. I just want to write Pierce the Veil lyrics into my diary and then put it in a fireplace. It goes really hard for like a brooding teenager approach with a lot of the ways it handles its dark shit. But at least it tries. And now here we have, for some reason, one of the most criminally underrated anime I've seen. This is an S tier to me. I haven't watched it in the last like 6, maybe 7 years, but it's a show I often think about. It's very, very similar to Nier Automata. Well, okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration. It shares a lot of similar themes with Nier Automata. It's a show in a dystopian universe. It's nothing but robots left, and those robots are beginning to decay. The ruin. And it's dealing with the loss of immortality, robots becoming human. It's really fucking good. Cashier and Sins, I think, is a criminally underrated show. It's Madhouse, so the animation is really good. It looks great. Like, there's nothing that even really looks like Cashier and Sins, honestly. It's so unique. I know all about Redo of a Healer. It's not a show I would watch. Redo of a Healer isn't edgy. It's just like fucking evil. The whole show's the guy wanting to rape the people that raped him or something. It's revenge rape. It's weird. Like, I don't know what the fuck the point is in watching that show. It's so upsetting that Cashier and Sins is the lowest one we've looked at so far. I just don't get it, man. I really think anime watchers don't like things that get sad or tackle something heavy. Like, what the fuck, man? Cashier and Sins being this low is baffling! But then you look at, like, the top ones and it's all, like, well, not all, but a lot of them are, like, feel-good slice-of-life shit. That's gotta be it. And then, of course, there's exceptions to the rule, like Attack on Titan, Berserk. But on the whole, man, I cannot understand how Cashier and Sins would be so low. I feel like every theme and every message it wanted to hit on, it hits on it well without being too in your face. It's still really nice to look at. There's still fights. Oh, holy shit, Guilty Crown. But when I was looking for more shows like Code Geass, Guilty Crown was one that kept popping up. I didn't really see the similarities, to be honest. I know he, like, pulls a giant sword out of the girl's titties, which is cool. Like, I mean, that's pretty cool, but it didn't really remind me of Code Geass very much. There's one show that Tiana and I watched pretty recently, and I cannot remember what the fuck it was, and I haven't seen it yet. It actually might have been Noragami. Hold on. This, like, demon... This is not very descriptive. This is, like, every anime, but, like, this demon boy... I remember they were fighting in like some old Japanese temple and there was like a helicopter shining a spotlight on him. It is Noragami? Let me see. Oh, it is Noragami, I think. Hold on. I just need to ask her what it was. We watched it like a couple of years ago and I've never remembered the name of it. It wasn't that good. But I remember he was like a demon. He was constantly hunted by like demon hunters. And just one scene in particular stands out to me. He could like throw little bones from himself that were spiky, and they were fighting at a Japanese temple with a helicopter above with this giant spotlight on them. I'll never fucking remember what that. It's not Doro. It's not Dororo. Be the beginning. That's the one. Thank you. Man, we got some fucking real weebs in here. That was such a vague description of that. Yep, this is the one. Damn, I forgot all about this shit. Thank you for telling me, because if it came up in here, I probably wouldn't remember the name. Samurai 7! Fuck yeah! Another one, much like Casher and Sins, I think is very underrated. There's a lot of really bad episodes in this show, for sure. Like, there are some episodes that are truly horrible, but there's a lot that are really just charming. I'm giving it a B. I think it's cool. I like it, and I really like everything leading up till the ending. The ending's not bad, but what I mean is like the climax of the ending is really, really good, I thought. They're not filler episodes. There's really no filler episodes in the show. It's not like the longest show ever. It's just some are really boring. I still haven't seen Black Clover yet. That is really fucking low. Man, people fucking hated Black Clover when it came out, huh? I think it's fine. I think it's good, and it's only gotten better. Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm gonna have to give a C. Objectively, it's a horrible show, but it is I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Is to date the most enjoyably bad show to ever air. English dub. Have to watch English dub. I fucking love it. But if I have to like objectively rate it, C's the best I could give it, I think. But why am I objectively rating this? This is the best bad show there is, to be honest. As far as like anime and cartoons go, this is the best bad show that has ever come out. I wanted to watch the entire show with the stream, but I just don't know if I'd be allowed. Even though it's on Amazon Prime, you can probably do watch parties, but I still don't know if I'd be allowed to do that because it's like 300 episodes. I have other ones though. I actually just got some new cryptos. I got a, what is it, VeChain and XLM. Some guy in the chat last night, there was literally one guy, I don't remember, we were talking about like NFTs and he's like, LXM's popping off. I'd never heard of it before, and today I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll put some money in there. So I did that. That one guy is going to lead the charge for LXM being a huge staple coin. I missed Baki. Where's Baki? Baki has the worst writing out of any show I've ever seen. It is the dumbest story, the dumbest characters ever, but it is really enjoyably dumb. And it's very fucking stupid. Like, the episodes don't even really tie into each other at all. They'll just start pulling characters out of nowhere. Like, one episode, you'll have Baki hanging out with his girl, and then, like, a dude from, like, 10 episodes ago comes up who's, like, this big mafia guy, and he's like, I want your girlfriend to be a prostitute. And then he's like, well, if she wants to, she can be. And then it's, like, this big emotional scene, like, do you want to fuck other men? Between these two, like, on a riverbed? It makes no sense at all. It is super fucking stupid. And then, like, the episode after that, all of a sudden they introduce Muhammad Ali. Like, it's all over the place. Like, it is a really, really dumb show. And even the fights are animated poorly, where it's mainly still images for most of the fight, with, like, a couple of colorful lines drawn where it's supposed to be movement. And then there's a lot of CGI. It's not a good show. Like, it's just not. Like, this is a D show, but it is so enjoyably bad that it bumps it up to a C to me. Watch the new one. I still haven't watched... I watched some of it. I watched, what's his name? Baki's father. Yujiro or something? I watched him fight the Sea Emperor, Kaku. It's so fucking stupid. The fights are horribly animated. But it is enjoyably stupid. Thanks to the tier 1 5-side. Damn, Goblin Slayer is low as fuck on here, too. I thought people loved Goblin Slayer. I already moist metered this one, so I've got my full thoughts out there. Overall, enjoyable. It gets off to like a really edgy start, and then from there it doesn't really go back to that edginess, which is weird because I thought that was trying to set that tone. But it's not bad at all. Like, even when it was edgy, it was still like watchable. It wasn't like redo of a healer. So I'll give it a B. I think B is fair. I think Goblin Slayer was pretty fun. I would have liked to go in between a 7 and an 8, but I'll just go 8. I'll lean more on the more positive side of it. Gantz! Man, Gantz 0. I mean, the movie I thought was okay. The movie wasn't bad. Actually, the movie was pretty good, to be honest. I'm surprised this is so low on popularity. Thought people liked Gantz. Gantz is, like, crazy. Like, Gantz is actually fucking crazy. The anime is still one of, like, the wildest I've seen. Like, it's super unique. S-tier manga. I read the ending, because everyone was complaining about it, so I read the ending of the manga. Kind of sucks. Like, the ending's not great. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about manga. I'm not a nerd. I'm here to talk about anime. Gantz 0, good movie. Gantz, the anime, like the actual episode anime, very good. I thought it was very good. Really wild stuff. I'm giving that an A. Why are there no Fs yet? I basically give them Ds instead of Fs. I would have put Bleach in F, but D just kind of settle there. I rarely give anything an F. We're getting into the real stinkers now. I wonder what the... I'm going to sort by popularity next, obviously, just to double check, make sure I got everything. But I wonder what the least popular anime ever is. Like, and I mean like big budget, full studio anime. Obviously not just like some indie shit that someone made in their basement. Stop saying X-Arm. X-Arm... Also, I need to still watch X-Arm. X-Arm is great. God damn it. Haven't watched it yet, but I love what I saw from the trailer, and I'm sure it's popular just for that reason. This is the least popular one we've seen yet. Who's seen Karas? Or Karas? Not many people. The show isn't very good, let me make that clear, but it is really unique looking. If I remember correctly, this was made as a celebration for the studio. They did this for, I don't remember what, but it is a really, like, a beautiful looking show. It's only like 6 episodes. I think it's really cool looking. It's like all weird CGI, but in like the goofiest, cool way. But yeah, think like Power Rangers, but CGI anime. But there's really not a whole lot else to it. It's literally just style. That's the only thing that carries it. Hey, here's Black Clover finally. I gave a moist meter on this, and it's only really gotten better since then, so I'm just going to keep it at B. I'm still not fully caught up. This show I know is hated a lot for the longest time, but I know these days most people have really warmed up to it because it's gotten better. Like, it has objectively gotten better. Well, we're getting into the real deep ones here. I don't know how many of these I'm going to recognize. Though I have seen a lot of stinky anime. But typically I drop the ones that I genuinely can't fucking stand, so... I don't know, we'll see. Hey, Captain Herlock! I tried watching this. It was bad. Or Harlock, not Herlock. This thing looks cool. Like, it looks cool. It reminds me of, like, Treasure Planet. But it's not good. So I didn't finish the movie. There was a phase back when I was living at the apartment where a friend of mine and I, we'd watch, like, these... like, not awful, but we'd watch these CG anime movies. There's so few good ones out there, it's crazy. This is gonna be, like, the lowest one so far. It's a D, but it's like the worst D. In fact, I'll just give it an F. It's bad. No, I mean the show's not bad. Like I said, I thought it looked cool, which is why we watched it, but it's just not very good. What, we have Captain Harlock fans in here? You guys watched this movie and thought it was good? What do you mean? Zoids, what the fuck? Now we're cooking. I used to watch this at 6 a.m. sometimes before school. Zoids was a banger. Wow, this is not very popular at all. Well, then again, this is in the 90s, so I guess people from the 90s didn't exactly come to the website recently to rate Zoids. Makes sense. This is a B all day. CG doesn't hold up very well, looks straight out of like a Nintendo 64 cutscene, but it's still good. And Zoids were cool because you could build your own Zoids. They had like cool kits at Toys R Us. How is Afro Samurai so low? 7.3. You got me fucked up. I already did this one, S tier. I put this S tier all day. Afro Samurai is incredible. It's so good. I still haven't seen High School of the Dead. People must not have liked that show at all. It wasn't super good to be fair. But man, those milkers meant business when they were on the screen. I'm pretty sure every female character in that show had quadruple double D fat fucking milk tanks. Like those honkers were not playing around in that show. Darling and Friend. Wait, people fucking love this show though. Damn, you guys are getting fucked on the rating. 7.3. Oh, it has a bad ending. Rough. I haven't seen it. Hey, here's Be the Beginning. Considering I couldn't remember very much about this and had to piece it together through fever dreams and very small, like, tiddlywinks of information fed to the chat to finally get its name, I'm just going to say it must not have been that great since I very, very much don't remember it in its entirety. So I'll give it a C. I did finish it, though. Damn, I'm recognizing 0 of these right now. Holy shit. These are some wacky ones down here. Is this finally... Yeah, Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress. This is low as shit down here. 7.2. The animation is fantastic. It's from the people who made Attack on Titan, so the animation is top tier. But the characters are just kind of bad. It also suffers from a bad ending as well. I don't know what I'd give this though. This one's tough. Because I really like a lot of the scenes in it, but that's about it. Like, there's just good moments and nothing else. It's comprised of just good moments and no other substance. Holy shit. Whoa. Oh, whoa now. Wait, I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I'm ready for this level of review. Jesus Christ. Alright. Is this one a little more concise? Oh, wow. Okay. I'm just going to assume people didn't like it for the same reason I also had issues with it, but they were a lot more offended about those reasons. God damn. Okay, that's serious business down there. Oh, this is now the least popular anime we've seen so far. Do we have any Cyber 6 fans in here? Oh, 1999. Okay, so people just didn't review it as all, because it's old. Okay, it might have been popular during its heyday then. Finally, Sword Art Online. We already did This is number 4 in popularity? What the fuck? I already put it on the tier list here. I've already tiered it, but my god. I mean, I think the score here is very accurate considering this encompasses that fairy video game with the sister wanting to fuck his Kirito thing. What's number 1? Is that even a question you have to ask? It's One Piece. I don't even have to look and I know it's One Piece. No, it's not. What's number 1? Oh my god, you're right. It's Death Note. I already did Attack on Titan though. Keep in mind, I did since I went through scores, I didn't do it by series, but I've already done all these. I really should have just done it like this, now that I'm looking at it. It would have been so much more efficient had I just done it like... Man, you guys really let me go deep in this, in the most inefficient way possible. One Piece is only massive in Japan. North America likes Attack on Titan or Death Note. Rightfully so. One Piece kind of boring. Still never got into it. I'll try again. Now after I've seen that I could have just gone by most popular list and kept going, I'm losing a lot of motivation to keep going in this way. But I'm already so deep in here, I can't stop now. Yeah, we're really in here now. I have still not seen High School of the Dead. Holy shit. And Yu-Gi-Oh's down here. Weird. Oh, here's Baki. This is the Baki I was talking about, by the way. The one that I did for the tier list was like a movie. But this is the one I'm talking about. The 2018 one. They're on, I believe, Season 3 of the 2018 reboot. Now, this is fucking criminal. What do you mean? 7.2 for Dead Man Wonderland? Okay, admittedly, Ganta's pretty annoying. Sure, fucking whatever. But come on, the show looks great. It's cool. They fucking fire blood. In, like, I think it was episode 2, they have the fucking... Nickelodeon slime time where they're killing people on the obstacle course where everyone thinks it's just acting. It's good. It's fucking good. It's goofy. It's gory. Like, I really like Dead Man Wonderland a lot. And it also has an absolutely fucking banger of an opening song. This is an A. This is an A all day for me. A lot of problems, but I really feel like you can overlook some of the minor problems. The story's not even bad either. Like, there's really, I just don't have like any problems with the show except for the obvious ones, like the main character being kind of a bitch. There's a few plot holes here and there, and I mean, there's some bad moments for sure, but I like that shit. It still works pretty well. Really, CC, I'll check it out. You passed pumpkin scissors. What the fuck do you mean I passed pumpkin? Do I look like a guy who's seen pumpkin scissors? Whatever the fuck that is? What do you mean I passed pumpkin scissors? I have no goddamn clue what that is. Hey, here's Fate Apocrypha. I was just talking about that. And in a grand reveal, it's mediocre. Fights are cool, everything else sucks. Fate has the most convoluted, nonsensical dog shit plot lines in all of anime. I'll just say it. It's like Kingdom Hearts in anime. It's bad. Makes no sense. But there are good moments in them, for sure. Fate Zero, best one, by far. I can't think of too many other anime off the top of my head that I've even seen, to be honest. High School of the Dead we haven't come across yet. I feel like we've covered most... Oh, here's High School of the Dead. I was just thinking about that. Yeah. This show is pretty much a giant fucking nothing burger, except for anime tits. And I guess that's all it needed. Number 57 in popularity? God damn. I'll give it a 7, because, I mean, those titties really do mean business. That's pretty much the entirety of the show. They take baths together a few times, too, which is pretty cool. But, yeah, I mean, other than that, there's not a whole lot to like about it. I don't know what other anime I've seen. Like, off the top of my head, I actually think we covered all of them. Oh, I just remembered another one. King of Thorns. I have not seen King of Thorns yet. Tiana bought me King of Thorns as like a birthday present 3 years ago. I don't know why. She bought me just like a Blu-ray of King of Thorns out of nowhere. I don't own any anime on Blu-ray at all. And then she gave me that movie as a gift for some reason. And we watched it, and it wasn't very good. This was pretty bad. I'm just going to give this one a D, I think. Which is kind of a shame, considering I gave Captain Harlock and Blame a C just for the simple... Well, actually, I gave Captain Harlock an F. I gave Blame a C, and I could only remember, like, a single scene from it. Meanwhile, I remember this whole movie, and I'm giving it a D. It almost would have been better if I forgot most of it for this thing's rating on my anime list. But I do have fond memories just watching it that night, because it was kind of cool. It was when we first moved into this house. I think it was like one of the first movies we watched as well. So, I mean, it was cool. It was cool. But the movie's bad. I wish she had got a better movie. Also, what was the rating? I didn't even see what it sits at. A 7.0. Yeah, makes sense. I'm gonna be honest, that's probably every anime I've ever seen. I can't think of too many others off the top of my head. I'm really trying, but I'm coming up blank on them. I think we just covered every anime I've seen. I know there's other obscure ones I watched, but I will not recognize their name if I saw it again. I'll go until we hit like 6.8 just to be safe. But I think that's gonna be it. Motherfuckers. What is this? After a scooter accident provoked by a mysterious woman's vision, Angelino, a deadbeat like thousands of others in Dark Meat City, starts getting violent migraines that are accompanied by strange hallucinations. What? That's underrated as hell? How fucking weeby are some of you in here? What do you mean? You've seen motherfuckers? This is a fucking 4,500 ranked anime on my anime list. Oh, it's on Netflix. Oh, that's why. Okay. You just completely explained it. The God of High School! Oh, here we go. We found another one. Man, it's such a shame that this is so low. The animation in this show is incredible. I mean, obviously it's MAPPA. I mean, they're making like every beautiful anime at the moment. They're absolutely killing it and probably killing their workers. But every fight is so good. But like I said in the Moist Meter, this has the worst pacing ever in anime. Literally, in one episode, they're just doing normal martial arts in a tournament, and the next episode, the Fist of God is being summoned to the planet while they're fighting with, like, dark arts. And then by the end of the show, all of a sudden, he's like the most powerful godlike being the universe has ever seen. Like, it's really dumb. Like, the pacing is horrible. And the story nonsensical, mainly because of the pacing, and they, like, cram so much into so little time. So it suffered greatly for that. And it's a real shame because it is a beautiful show to look at. I'm just going to stick with what I gave it on the Moist Meter. I'm pretty sure I gave it a 70. So this is going to be a C. Why is Halo Legends on my anime list? I haven't seen it, but now that I know there's a Halo anime, I guess I'll have to check it out. And this is when Bungie was still handling Halo, which means there's almost a chance that it's watchable. At least it's not 343. Hey, Cat Shit 1, we watched this. We watched this on stream. This is not a 7. This is at least, I'd say, objectively, this is like an 8. Cat Shit 1's pretty fucking good. Like, that really has it all. The animation is great. I mean, it's just a really fucking good movie. It's short. I mean, it's very short. We watched this before it got popular, actually. When we watched Cat Shit 1, I think it had like 9K views. I was even going to make a video out of it, but when I tried to post it, it got immediately blocked by the studio. Yeah, we watched this way before it got popular. That was like a really early YouTube stream. I think I really don't know how much more anime I've seen that'll be on here. But like I said, we'll go until 6.8. Though that may have been a little overzealous, because it's looking like there's a lot in the 6.9 here. Let's just make sure I haven't missed anything. I started Assassination Classroom, like I said, I watched like 19 episodes, but got really tired of it, so I dropped it. I don't think that's enough to give an accurate score, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'll give it a C for that reason. It wasn't bad or anything, but it just really lost me. I got really tired of it. I'm pretty confident in saying I think we got all of them. I don't know if I want to go through another 20,000 pages. Fuck. Okay. And now let's check my list. This is the only accurate anime rating list you'll ever see. Yeah, let's see what I gave S tier to. Hellsing Ultimate, Gurren Lagann, Code Geass, Casshern Sins, Angel Beats, Redline, Hunter x Hunter, Afro Samurai, Your Name, Mob Psycho, Vinland, Attack on Titan, Jujutsu Kaisen, and ReZero. Not bad. Yeah, I stand by those. That all makes sense to me. Keep in mind, just because these are 10s does not mean I think they're perfect. I wanted to do an actual tier list, S, A, B, C, but I couldn't. So I had to go by scores. So for this, 10 just means S, not perfect. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Is only here because it is the best bad show. Like the best bad anime. It is so bad it's good. It's like The Room for anime if The Room was 200 episodes long. And keep in mind, some of these I did it for a movie, but I just mean the entire show. For example, Gantz Zero, that is all of Gantz. So that encompasses the entire Gantz property. I didn't give out very many A tiers. Interesting. Why the fuck is Elfin Lied an 8? Because I actually don't remember the show very well. I just really remember the AMVs where her titties were out and they had a bunch of cool rock songs playing. Like, I remember Linkin Park by Myself was playing while she was blowing people up and her tits were jiggling, and I was like, God damn. So I have very fond memories of the show. But I don't really remember it past that, to be honest. I think everything else most people would rationalize and agree with to some degree, but I feel like this one, especially during the tier list in the chat, there was a fucking war in there. All because of Monster at a C. I don't mind the slowness. I really appreciate a slow burn. Like I said, I just thought every episode played out almost exactly the same as the previous episode, save for a few. I didn't like the way it ended. I didn't like how it led up to the ending. I loved the beginning. I got hooked really hard in the beginning and then fizzled out very much in the middle and even harder at the end. No, you don't. Yeah, you can tell me what I like. That makes sense. You know me better than me. You're right. In fact, I don't like slow burn now that you tell me. I regret putting Bleach at a 6. I'm changing that to a 5. It deserves to be there with Captain Harlock, to be honest. I say almost nothing good about Bleach. It has literally just 2 good seasons. Everything else is insulting. And there it is. There's 3 F tiers: Captain Harlock, Promised Neverland, and Bleach. Yep, Promised Neverland Season 1 is almost masterpiece. And then Season 2 completely undoes it. And not only undoes it, completely shits on it and ruins any potential for this show to be anything that people look back on fondly. Season 2, absolute disgrace. Completely ruins it. 75 anime. Not a ton, actually. I thought I'd be able to find a lot more. I didn't miss anything. This is actually all the anime that I could find that I've watched for sure. So if it's not here, I haven't seen it or I didn't finish it. I didn't rate anything I didn't finish except for like Blame and Captain Harlock. And I don't even know why I bothered to do either one, but I just felt very compelled.